listen to me very carefully, because at the beginning of this week you are going to have such an amazing idea. At the beginning of this week, you're going to feel different. You, first of all, before you have this idea, at the beginning of this week, you will notice this difference about you. And suddenly, when I say that you will notice this difference about you, you will realize that you were maybe a little bit tired lately. Something has been affecting you, something has been affecting your energy, and something has been like kind of affecting your energy levels in general. But sometimes we don't even realize how affected we were, or we are, or we have been, until we have our energy back. And I know that this sounds weird, but then, something has been affecting you for a while, and it has been draining your energy, and that was reflecting a lot on your energy levels. Did you notice this? I'm sure you must have noticed it. So at the beginning of this week, the first thing that you're going to be able to notice is like, maybe you're just going to get up. Maybe you're gonna wake up in the morning like a much earlier than you normally do. I know that your morning, or the moment in time you wake up, the moment in time you wake up, that moment in time it's going to be playing an important role, because at that moment in time you will be able to kind of notice some kind of a difference, some kind of a change. Not necessarily the way you feel, but it's a lot to do with what you're going to notice. So maybe as soon as you wake up, so maybe you are going to notice that you woke up like maybe 2 or 3 hours earlier than what you normally do, and on top of that you will notice like, oh God, because something is going to be different to start with. Something is going to trigger you immediately, because the way it happens, one thing leads into another, and then you're going to be able to notice that you've got like so much more energy, and that you're going to feel like kind of more active, and you're going to do something that you haven't done in absolute ages. You're going to do something straight away, something you haven't done in absolute ages, and it's to do as soon as you get up, and it's to do with something that you stopped doing, and something that's really good for you, something that has always been so good for you, but at the time when you went through a little bit of a darkness, you got affected by this darkness, my gorgeous Virgolini, and then in return, that kind of affected you in such a way where maybe subconsciously you were affected more than you can possibly imagine, because you stopped doing something that was so good for you, something that was making you feel so much better, something that was making you feel so good, and it would happen like in the morning, or when you would wake up in the morning. And even if you don't realize what this is now, you will realize, you will be reminded of that at around the beginning of this week indeed. And this is all going to be contributing like there is no tomorrow when it comes to you feeling more active and more determined. So come on, these signs are going to make such a big impact on your life that they're going to be impossible not to notice, to be quite honest with you. So you're going to feel really active and determined, and then there is something you're going to see at the beginning of this week, something that you're going to see. It's really going to inspire you. And it's some kind of inspiration, something you're going to come across, something major, something is going to inspire you at the beginning of this week, something is going to give you this major idea. And when it comes to you having this idea, you will know that there is an important decision that you're going to need to make. Otherwise, you are not going to be able to do this whatsoever. And then somebody who is so devoted to you, somebody who is so beautiful to you, somebody who is so nice to you, somebody who is indeed, my gorgeous Virgolini, in your life, it's actually going to somebody who is in your life, you will be talking to that particular person about this idea, and that person is going to be as happy and as excited and as delighted as yourself, and that particular person is also going to give you a couple of very important suggestions when it comes to that idea. And now this idea is going to become something major, something even more crazy, because you're going to to realize there is so much more to this, and you need to understand that that particular idea, it's coming directly from your own intuition rising like a big mama, because your third psychic eye is going to be like, woo, like wide open. So this in itself, it's a part of your life, part of your promotion, part of your improvement, part of your development. This is to do with who you are. This is to do with your destiny. This is to do with the path that you need to take immediately. Okay, this, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's gonna be absolutely brilliant for you indeed, because it's gonna bring not only that this is to do with your destiny, you know, and that's why things are happening the way they're happening, but this is also going to bring so much, like, kind of, this is not going to bring only accomplishment into your life in general, but it's also going to bring so much love and so much happiness and so much satisfaction. Satisfaction. Dun, dun, satisfaction. Do you know that song? Yeah, so that's it, my gorgeous Virgolini. You know, my God, I think that you're gonna feel the flow you haven't felt in absolute ages, and I'm so happy for you indeed. And also, my gorgeous Virgolini, at around the midweek, you really need to immediately reconnect with few people in your life. You need to reconnect with few people in your life. You will know who these people are. You need to reconnect with few major people in your life. Maybe this is to do with a few family members who you haven't seen or who you haven't talked to in a really long time, or maybe it's to do with a few really great friends who you love so much, but just lately you like kind of I've lost the touch with them a little bit. So you will be reminded of the certain people that you need to reconnect with. And I don't need to tell you this, because there is a one in particular that you're going to feel really guilty about. There is a one particular person who you haven't talked to or who you didn't see in a while, and you're going to feel in particular guilty about. Maybe a couple of times you avoided their phone call or something like that, but you didn't mean to do that. Do you know what I mean? Or it just happened at the wrong time and you couldn't answer, and now suddenly something is going to remind you of this person or a group of people that you want to reconnect with. But there is one particular one that you're going to feel guilty about, and you are going to reconnect with this person. When you talk to this person, your whole life, it's going to immediately change. And I mean that in a good way. Why? Because that particular person is going to shake something within you. That particular person has got a power over you, but not in a bad way. So it means that somebody you are like very much so a lot connected to. This particular person is like kind of going to remind you of your own dream. I know it sounds weird, but this particular person is going to remind you of your own dream, but it's also going to remind you of how much do you want to make certain changes in your life. You're going to realize how much you're missing certain things in your life. And now here, this is all going to be playing an important role when it comes to you having this great sense of urgency. And it's all going to contribute towards you not only being reminded of what you want to do, of your own dreams, but also this is going to give you some kind of confidence and power at a time when you can just do with this, you know, because this is the time of changes, whether you believe this, my gorgeous Virgolini, or not. So this is why you're going to become so determined to kind of abandon and move on from a certain part of your life that it's making you feel unhappy. Something has been making you feel unhappy and something has been preoccupying you, but this is to do with you needing to work out what this is, because it's to do with an old life that has come to an end. And the sooner you accept this, the sooner you're going to be able to move on. You're not a failure. No, baby, no. Nothing to do with a failure or something like that. No, this is the greatest moment of your own resistance. You know, this is the greatest moment of your own awakening. This is the greatest moment when everything is going to start changing. You're going to open yourself up like never before. You're going to open like a big mama. You know, you're going to open yourself up like never before, my gorgeous Virgolini. And that means that you're about to come out of your comfort zone. So there is something you are going to realize it has come to an end. And the sooner you accept this, the sooner you're going to be able to move on. And by the time you get to the last part of this week, you know, it's like basically, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's like, oh my goodness, like listen, I have seen this before. I have seen this particular person before. Somebody in your life again, like a friend is like around someone who is using that person. So your great friend or somebody who's very close to you, people in your life are also going to be playing an important role here, I can see. But your friend, you will realize that your friend is being used. You know, somebody is using your friend, like their partner is somebody very not genuine. And this is going to become obvious to you. And don't hold it back. Go and talk to your friend. Say this to your friend. Because this in itself is going to be major for your friend and you, both of you. Because while you do this, while you're doing this, while you're saying this to your friend, being completely honest, you're also going to realize that where exactly you yourself need to set the boundaries in your life as well. So it's going to be brilliant for both of you. And also I need you to be careful about one particular person at around the end of this week. Like, I don't know if you're going to work on something important, or you're going to want to start something that it's going to be very difficult to come out of. I need you to be very, very smart, because somebody very strange and dodgy, somebody not very trustworthy, it's going to be around you. And that particular person will maybe want you to do something, like maybe I don't know what this is, but you know, you're going to be really thinking about maybe starting something that's going to be very difficult to come out of whenever you want to come out of this. You see what I mean? So be very, very smart, okay? Be very clever when it comes to this particular person. Somebody who is dishonest and somebody who is using other people is somehow going to find themselves on your path, but you're too clever for that because you're extremely intuitive. So I just need you to kind of be careful about this person indeed. So now, my gorgeous Virgolini, I'm just going to see what is going to be your tarot card of the week, okay? So what is going to be your tarot card of the week? Satisfaction. Dun, dun. Dun. Oh my Lord, my gorgeous Virgolini, come on baby. You know there are gonna be few different things that you will want to do, because it's the moment of awakening where you're gonna have so much more energy this week, and that energy is gonna awake every single aspect of yourself that has been kind of sleeping for a while, you know. And there are gonna be a few different things that you kind of are gonna have a great sense of urgency to suddenly do something about, to take it on the next level. But it's more gonna come in a form of like you feeling the need to kind of find out a little bit more about certain things you wanted to do and the certain things that had been on your mind. And I know this may sound a little bit vague, but it's gonna be absolutely obvious. It's gonna come to you in such a way where you will want to find out a little bit more about certain things you already had on your mind for so long, but only now you're going to feel so awakened, or reawakened, shall I say. So you will be able to see in a different light. So that's why this is going to start to become so attractive to you, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. So whatever comes to you to explore, I strongly suggest you to go for it, like, oh my God, because it's going to be extremely rewarding. I mean, look at this mama. It's going to be extremely rewarding for you indeed. Hello my gorgeous people, just to let you know, I've just started monthly subscriptions, monthly paid subscriptions. And the more people subscribe to this channel, you know, through monthly paid subscriptions, more content I'm going to be able to make. And this is why this is going to be so important. If you would like to subscribe to this channel through this monthly paid subscription in order to help me to keep this channel going, you will see the link is going to be in the description below. And thank you so much, because I will be ever so grateful.